Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks so much for joining us as we take a look at your weekend weather forecast, but also a sneak peek for field days next week at Mystery Creek in Waikato. Here's the animated wind map for Friday, and as we kick off the weekend, we've centered the map over Australia because, to be honest with you, they're kind of dominating the weather at the moment and it is affecting New Zealand. Here in the Great Australian Bight, we've got a great big high pressure system. This is really enormous and it's pushing out towards the Tasman Sea, all this area here, and therefore we have light winds extending across New Zealand for the most part, which is why it was a bit foggy this morning in places like Waikato and also frosty in a number of areas as far north as Waikato. So as we go in towards the weekend, we're still focused on Australia. Here is Saturday's setup and this big monster high just coming out of the Great Australian Bight. So it's centred sort of in the Melbourne area and it's stretching out towards New Zealand. Now in New Zealand itself on Saturday, there's a bit of a cold sou'wester blowing through. So it's a bit windier than it has been. A few showers brushing some coastal areas, mostly the south of both islands, Southland and around the Wellington, Waikato area, but it's only a couple of showers. Otherwise, the day is mostly dry, but certainly cooler with those winds moving in. But now here's a bit of a reference. We don't talk about Crocodile Dundee very often, but I just wanted to say, when you look at that enormous high, there's another part of me as we go to the Sunday map that wants to say, you call that a high? This is a high. Now this is a ginormous high pressure system. It's a mega high. And in fact, if you think about the size of Australia, it's just shy of 4,000 kilometres across. That's the width of Australia. The Tasman Sea, roughly 2,000 kilometres across. So this high pressure belt stretches about 6,000 kilometres from west to east and will be affecting our weather. It's encouraging because we're on the eastern edges of it. We're not under the high. So we're getting the windier, colder southwesterlies, and they continue through Sunday as well, blowing around with the showers mostly down around Fieldays and the west coast. Most other places should be dry as we go through the weekend, and it will be cold though as a result of the airflow, but perhaps not quite so bad for some southerners with the westerlies blowing through for you. Now next week, next Wednesday now, let's take a look at field days at Mystery Creek up here in Waikato, and look, we're under the same pattern still, high pressure out to the west, and that's encouraging a southwesterly flow or a southerly flow. Now next Wednesday does look pretty cold and windy around many parts of the country thanks to the sort of stormy system out to the east, but up here maybe just a couple of showers. And in fact the long range forecast right through to the end of next week suggests finally that high will start to come our way after 10 days of bringing us southerlies. So that is all for me. Hopefully you have a nice weekend. We'll catch you again on Monday.